Suck on that, Henry. Troll-ass mother humper.
Things aren't always going to go smoothly, but anytime you can clinch a playoff spot and hit 11-2 yet again, it's a good day. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and welcome to the Victory Celebration Room, better known as my garage, where we come out to smoke a cigar every time the Eagles win, which is just about every week. Now, we can't smoke in the house. We can't, because if we do, the wife will double moonwalk my ass, and then you'll find me in a gutter in my own blood and urine. So we have to come on out here, we have to smoke outside, and that's okay. It's much cooler out here anyways. We got Christmas lights up, we got UFO invasions, we got babies to be made later, we've got it all. Now, we gotta talk about today's game. We got to talk about today's game and the state of the Eagles, because there are a lot of Eagle fans who are worried right now. A lot of Eagle fans who think we're in trouble. And then there's a lot of Eagle fans that think we're going to be all right. What do I think? I think we're going to be all right. Now, I've decided to offer this stogie up to just one player. I had said earlier in the day I was going to do Darius Slay, and I thought about it because of the fourth quarter, that fourth down play late in the game to seal the victory. But I decided this is a special night. This is a special day for one Saquon Barkley, because Saquon Barkley just shattered Shady McCoys all-time Eagles rushing record for a season, and I think he deserves his own props. I think he deserves his thing by himself, for himself, and nobody else. So, on behalf of Saquon Barkley, or in honor of Saquon Barkley, the guy the Giants let get away for Daniel Stinkin' Jones, that guy, Barkley, we smoked this cigar for you. And with that, let's fire this motor humper up. Blow torch me. Pause. No diddy. It tastes so good. It tastes so good when it touches your lips. Oh, that's fantastic. That tastes like 11-2, baby. 11-2. Eagles, big win today. Now, I know what some of you are saying. I already know. I've been doing this too long. I know what you're saying. Who are you going to celebrate a win against a 3-win team? Oh, come on, man. Listen. We have more to celebrate than just beating the Panthers today. Okay, we have to celebrate Saquon Barkley breaking the Eagles' all-time rushing record for a season. I mean, he's shattering it. Secondly, the Eagles clinched a playoff berth. That's right. Today, the Eagles clinched a playoff berth. All the things that had to go right went right for the Eagles. And we are clinched. We are still one game behind the Detroit Lions. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing plays out going forward. No doubt. Let me back my Prius up. Now, listen. There's a lot to be said about today's game. There's a lot to be said. And yes, this, in my opinion, was the worst I think the Eagles have played since that Tampa Bay game. I think this is arguably Jalen Hurts' worst game of the season. And I think that this game was actually maybe arguably the defense's worst game of the season. Now, here's the thing. These things, these kind of games, they happen. They happen. It's going to happen. Teams are not just going to go and beat everybody every week who they're supposed to beat by 40 points, by 35 points. It doesn't work that way. Otherwise, why would you play the game? There's no need to play the game. Okay, you have to go out and play. And sometimes a team like the Eagles today go out there and they don't play well. And that's what happened. I think the Eagles have a tendency, especially when at home, to play down to their competition. Okay? So I think this team played down to them. I don't think they were well coached and prepared for this game. I don't think Jalen Hurts played well at all. I don't think the offensive line played good. I don't think and believe the defense played good at all. I have not seen the Eagles miss as many tackles as they have in this game since what? Maybe the Tampa game? You know, you look at a guy like Cooper DeJean getting all the praise in the world, big hit on Derrick Henry, getting just flowered with, you know, how well he's played. Thielen humbled him today. Thielen showed him that, listen, it's a week-to-week league, and what you did last week don't matter for what you did this week. And I also think that's true with when you look at other teams, other games, and how, like, the Panthers have played against other people, because we're getting a lot. Well, the Chiefs struggle every week, and yet they win. Why are we so worried about the Eagles when the Chiefs do it? I think that each game, each week is different. And I really don't think the connection of how the Panthers played the Chiefs, I don't think it really makes that big of a difference in terms of what they did against the Eagles. It just shows you one thing. It shows you that the Panthers were playing hard and still trying to win going into the game. The Eagles struggled today. They didn't play their best football. Like any good team that struggles. Every week people say this. Every week about the Chiefs. Well, they're not winning by a lot. They're struggling, but good teams find a way to win. Well, guess what? The Eagles found a way to win, and they did. Now we are 11-2. Clinch playoff berth, can clinch the division this week, and still got a chance at a number 1 seed. Not the worst thing in the world. People putting up the lights now, baby. Putting up the lights. I should show you around line. See what I got up so far. Taking care of business, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm built for this. I'm built for putting up them lights, wrapping them around the bushes, and then plugging it in. I'm built for this. All right? I'm built to come out here and smoke a stogie after Eagles win. I'm built for this. Shout out Saquon Barkley to be the MVP of the year. No question about it. Breaks Shady McCoy's rushing record. Well deserved. He shattered it. And yes, Saquon Barkley is the key for the Eagles offense going forward into the playoffs. We all know that. The question is, do the Eagles know that? See, I actually been thinking about this. Why does this team struggle so bad in the first quarter? Like when you have the week to prepare, the week to look at tape, to install your plays, install what you want to do on your scripted plays. Why is it so bad? Why is it that the Eagles, they don't have a touchdown in the first quarter all year? That's crazy statistic. And, you know, listen, I would love to see the media really press those guys at a press conference on who's installing a place, who's really taking control of what they're going to do for the scripted plays and the beginning of the game and, you know, the game plan. Because once we make the adjustments, we seem to always do much better. And I almost feel like it's like an identity crisis for the Eagles. Like, I feel like, I'm just thinking about this, right? I feel like in some ways we want to come out every game and be a certain team we're not. Like, we want to come out and we want to be that passing team that can throw it 40 yards downfield. We're going to come out and we're going to throw all over you, and we're going to build up a big lead, and then we're going to run the clock out and use our running game. I feel like that's what they want to be, and then reality sets in, and it's like, okay, now we have to adjust. And no, you know what? We have to be a running team. We have to run Saquon Barkley. We have to base our offense and play our offense based off our run, okay? And let the run do everything. And once we do that, we're fine. But I feel like that there's this inner battle with the Eagles that they want to be a certain way, and they need to accept what they are. You are a run-first offense. You are. Your offense is predicated on your running game, on Saquon Barkley, and you need to use that to help open up your passing game. That's what the Eagles are. And I feel like a lot of times they come out and they look to throw deep and they look to make the big throws. And I think you need to come out maybe and run the ball earlier with Barkley. Now, I'm not saying that Barkley should have 40 carries a game or 35 carries a game. I'm just saying how you allocate his touches in the course of the game, spread it out to include the first quarter as well as the second, third, and fourth. That's all I'm saying. I think if they did that, it would help a lot. That's for starters. Because, listen, you can't come out and struggle as bad as the Eagles do early in games against Detroit. I think you're going to have problems. You can't do it against Minnesota, you know? And usually when we have struggled on this winning streak, the defense has been so good that offenses haven't been able to put enough points on us. But as soon as we struggle a little bit, as soon as we're a little bit off and teams are scoring points on us, then that offense could easily, before the second quarter starts, be down 14-0, 21-0. Well, that could be brutal if you're playing Detroit in the championship game in Detroit. So my number one concern with this team going forward is fixing the first quarter problems. Has to happen. Has to. Man, I love this time of year. You see anything in the sky? Now you got the giant UFO invasion happening right now, right? You got all these drones in Jersey, all weird stuff going on. There's also all these drones appearing all over the world, all over the place, especially in Jersey. Now, I assume it's government. I assume if it's drones, it's government, but how much of it's drones and stuff, we don't know what it is. Are they saying it's drones, but it's really not drones? Is it something else? Some of it clearly from the videos look like drones. But what is going on with that? That is so creepy. It is creepy. But I love it. I love it. So we'll see. Something's brewing. I don't know what it is. But little bulbous bastards with the big eyes come, I will babyface assassin their ass. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting up with that. They ain't taking me out of my bed while I'm sleeping through the wall into the UFO and then pulling semen out of me and doing all sort of probing activities. It ain't happening. All right, I ain't putting up with it. I'll use telepathy, right? Because that's what they. You little bastards, get away. It'll be like that. Pass the eggnog, mother humper. Whew. Eagles, baby. Now, let me say this. I thought Jalen Hurts did not play good. And you know, it's like when you say that, certain people, they think that you're saying, I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I don't think he could be the quarterback. I think we're screwed. He's the worst quarterback that ever played. I'm not saying any of those things. All I'm saying, he stunk today. I mean, he wasn't good. Let's be honest. And he's got to be better than that going into the playoffs. But this is what comes to what I'm saying about identity crisis. You're not, this offense should not be running through Jalen Hurts. It should be running through Saquon Barkley. And, you know, I would love to see Jalen Hurts more under center. I would love to see, you know, it seems like to me, every time Jalen Hurts gets under center, let's say it's an I formation, and they run a play action fake, Gainwell's in the game. Not Barkley, but Gainwell. Well, who is going to be worried about him running the ball? Barkley's the threat. I think there's just so much they can do if they really just accept it. Hey, for the rest of the year, we set up our pass through our running game. That's just the way it's got to be. And if they did that and just accepted it, I think it would be better off. Was that a comp? I couldn't tell if that was a cop. I was like, I ain't talking to you. I ain't do nothing. But, you know, like, I just think that we've got to accept what we are. Okay, look, Jalen Hurts is not Patrick Mahomes. He is not Josh Allen. He is not Joe Burrow. He is not going to go throw 40 touchdowns. He's not going to go throw 35 touchdowns. I accepted that. I've accepted that, and I've accepted it this year. Okay, but what Jalen Hurts can do is Jalen Hurts can go out and make the throws when he needs to, although he's struggling right now. And he can win the games that you need him to win. And I believe ultimately he can win you a Super Bowl. I do. So I think it's time to start accepting what you are. And I think that would go a long way. Now, I know guys like A.J. Brown, obviously Devontae Smith, you could tell they're frustrated. You could tell this whole team in the locker room today was frustrated. I mean, I know you guys asked, you know, A.J. Brown about what, you know, where they're struggling at and stuff. He said passing game.
Do you think that the offense needs to improve on? Passing.
You know, and I know that the media is going to try to make more of it like he's throwing Jalen Hurts under the bus or blah, blah, blah. He's being a diva. I'm not buying into any of that. He's just being honest, okay? The passing game was atrocious today. And frankly, you know, there has been times, I think, over the last few weeks where it has looked really, really bad. And then there are times where it looks good. Like, if you look at, like, last week, and I think it was last week's game, but, you know, Jalen did nothing in the first quarter. You get to the second quarter, I think he was like something like 13 to 16, 14 to 16, couple touchdowns. Like, might have been a few weeks ago, but like every time we adjust and start running the ball, we're fine. You give it to Barkley, and boom, all of a sudden we go on a drive, and it sets up the pass. I think that's what we need to do. I think that needs to be how we approach early in the game, and if we do that, we're going to be okay. Listen. I can tell you, Jalen Hurts wasn't good today. Everybody knows it, and you know, somebody say, "Well, why are you hating on Jalen Hurts?" I'm not hating on him. Just telling you the facts. He was not good today, and neither was the defense. Neither was the coaches. It's a team game, and the whole team struggled, and you know, they've got to figure it out. To me, the biggest issue, this game. Look, if the Eagles didn't play the Panthers, and they played the Steelers, I think the Eagles would have been up for this game. I do. I think the Eagles have a tendency to play down and up to their competition, and I think they did that today. So I expect another next week the Eagles to play really, really well, and I think Fangio is going to be all over that defense on the missed tackles and things like that they've had going for them. We also missed Reed Blankenship a lot. I thought McCollum was not good. Okay, so to me, I know it's a frustrating game, frustrating day, but I think the Eagles will bounce back next week. Now, if they don't and they come out and they struggle the same way, then I'm going to get a little worried. You know, the thing is we're going to find out, because at the end of the day, you are going to have to make plays in the passing game in the playoffs. Once the playoffs get here, once you get into those games, there are going to be plays that have to be made in the passing game. So there is no escaping that. It's going to happen, and the Eagles need to get this team right early in games as quickly as possible. They've got to figure it out. Whew. It was good to see Devontae Smith back. You know, it was really good. He had a touchdown, so that was cool. But, yeah, clearly those guys were frustrated. You can see it. And the whole offense is. But I think they'll bounce back. I do. I believe that they will. And I know people are saying, well, Hurts makes $50-something million a year. He's gonna get, you know, he's gonna have to be like those other guys. He's just not those guys. He's not. But he's a guy that can win you games, and he's a guy that can come up big in pressure situations. I truly believe that. Is he the best passer in the league? No. No. Did he struggle mightily? Yes. Is he struggling right now? In this game today, yes. Did he struggle last week? At times, yes. The week before, at times, yes. And I think it's getting worse. And they're going to have to figure it out. And I think a lot of it is the frustrations of early in the game. That's the problem. The way that they're coming out is the problem. They've got to fix it. And I believe they will. And if I'm wrong, about JALEN, and I'm wrong about the issues of the past game, and figuring out if I'm wrong, then guess what? We're going to lose in the playoffs, and we're going to lose early, and then there won't be no debate as far as I'm concerned. We'll know. Ooh, what's that? You see that up there? What is that? Oh, that's blinking. See, that's blinking. It's got to be a plane. Got to be something. Ain't no UFO. These invasions are crazy right now. Kind of going crazy. What the hell? I don't know. But we got a playoff spot. And not only do we have a playoff spot, we now have the big game with Pittsburgh coming up. Pittsburgh hasn't won in Philly in since the 50s or 60s. The Eagles, I'm telling you, they're going to be. I know next week when we're out here smoking a stogie, we're going to say, see that? I know that they're going to be way better. I know. It's a bad game. It's just a bad game. It happens. It happens. My wife said to me, well, you guys, you won, but it wasn't like a huge blowout, and you were kind of upset about the way you guys played and stuff like that. I said, that don't matter. That don't matter. That means angry baby making time. All right? That baby making time doesn't get postponed because of headaches or tired or this or angry or no. Wait, go. If it's angry baby making, then it's angry baby making. Happy baby making, happy baby making. Ate too much food baby making, eat too much food baby making. You know what I'm saying? Smoke too many cigars baby making, smoke too many cigar baby making. There's never an excuse to not do it. We must populate the earth. We must populate Houston if you're watching Superman 2. Oh, crap. Oh, dude. Yo, Yo, Monty, get this. You know what I watched yesterday? I watched Point Break. Not the original, the remake. Now, I never seen the remake, all right? I love the original Point Break. One of my favorite movies, right? So I'm like, yeah, I know they did a Point Break. I heard it wasn't good, but I gotta watch it anyways. So I started watching it last night. Oh my God. Oh my God. That movie stinks. Stinks. What a horrible movie that is. Point Break, the remake, was horrible. Horrible. Man, I could have done a better script than that. It's horrible. You know, most remakes are horrible, to be honest with you. I haven't seen Gladiator 2 yet. I'm going to see that. It looks like it's getting decent reviews, but I don't think it'll be as good as the original. Another movie I watched, the original Bad Santa. I think it's hilarious. Love that movie. Watch the second one. Horrible. Horrible. I couldn't get through it. It was that bad. And usually Christmas movies, you get a lot of leeway because it's a Christmas movie. So it's cheesy and it's the same type of story and blah blah blah. You deal with it. It's Christmas. That movie was bad. I couldn't take it. You know, we need more Christmas movies. Like, we need good Christmas movies. I think they should do one where Santa gets mixed up with aliens. You know what I mean? Like during a UFO invasion on Christmas Eve. Like he's flying, trying to deliver, presents, and all of a sudden an armada of UFOs are getting ready to invade, and they're interfering with him trying to deliver presents. Now that's a $1 million, $1 billion Christmas idea. Speaking of presents, Saquon Barkley, what a gift that was. He's got to go. It's going to go down as Howie's greatest free agent signing. It's going to go down as perhaps the NFL's biggest free agent signing ever. And yeah, I think Barkley should win MVP. I truly believe it. And I know the Bills lost tonight, so I think Josh Allen had like 5 or 6 touchdowns. He had a big game, but they lost. And they scored 40-something points and still lost. Now, that's great news. Why? Because they got to go to Detroit next week. They need that game bad. They need it bad. So they're going to go to Detroit, and that's going to be like a game that they're going to be ready to play. And if Detroit beats, if the Buffalo Bills go into Detroit and beat the Lions, Eagles are coming away with that number 1 seed. I believe it. I totally believe it. Because I think they still got they've got at least one more loss that's not Buffalo. And if you count that Buffalo in, I think they could lose 2 more games. Now, if the Eagles win out and they lose 2 more games, then the Eagles would get home field. Well, Minnesota's got to lose out too. Am I crazy? Am I looking at Minnesota all wrong? Am I looking at them all wrong? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I don't know. Minnesota's Minnesota. They always choke in the playoffs. Even when the championship games in Minnesota, they'll find a way to lose. I feel like it ain't going to change. But the Eagles definitely, we want home field. We want it. But like I said, my whole point of talking about the first quarter and JALEN and the coaches, and I don't think the coaches helped out today with a good game plan. But to me, the number one issue the Eagles have to take care of before the playoffs is they have to figure out why and what they can do in order to stop the slow starts in the first quarter. They need to do that. They've got to figure that out because that is a problem. And see, I think they pretty much do the same thing every week. They come out and they try to establish and be a pass-first team. And teams just aren't buying it. So they fixed that. They solved that issue. They're going to Super Bowl. We'll get it figured out. No doubt about it. I thought Zach Bond had a great game. Great game. What do you have, 13, 14 tackles, something like that again? I think he's Defensive Player of the Year. He won't get it because he won't get the credit, but I think he is. I do. I definitely think he is. This UFO invasion thing's happening like now. It's happening now. See, I think these UFO stuff that's going on, like I don't think they're necessarily just all drones. Like they keep saying it's drones, but I don't know. I have a feeling it is drones, but it's other stuff too. But they're just trying to mix it in and confuse us. You know, and shout out to the Panthers and their fans. Panthers came out and they play hard, and they did what they needed to do. So you gotta give them credit. You know, they played hard, and so I give a shout out to the Panthers fans, Panthers for coming out and playing hard, man. They've been playing teams tough, and that's all part of it, man. This time of year, everything gets magnified, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Pittsburgh game's big because that clinch the division. No doubt about it. I gotta think. Am I gonna have eggnog tonight? I don't know. See, I'm giving myself eggnog once a week. Oh, I will be streaming the Cowboys game tomorrow. So if you guys want to come hang out, this is going to go up really late. So if you want to come hang out with me tomorrow with the Cowboys, Bengals, I'd love to hang out with you guys. We could talk Eagles and what's going on as well as watch the game. We could see another Mark Holmes meltdown, a glizzy feeding fest, and it'll be great. Whew. Yeah, we got to get better. We got to be better. We got to get better, and we will. You know, the good thing for Jalen, though, he's not turning the ball over, and I think that's important. Sometimes it leads him to hold the ball too long, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I think the Eagles will be okay. And like I said, at the end of the day, when you go to the playoffs, we're going to find out. All the fears of everything will come to a head during the playoffs, and then we'll know what is what. But in order for all that, the Eagles have to go out, and they have to fix the first quarter problems. They do. We'll be all right. Anyways, I'm going to finish this thing up. If you're still watching, hang in there a couple more seconds. You may see something you didn't even know existed. And if not, peace. I love yous anyways. Fly, Eagles, fly. Congratulations to Saquon Barkley and Eagle fans. I love yous. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat, and remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Oh, you're still here? I thought you were way home, went to sleep. That's all right. We're just finishing up, enjoying the moment, an 11-2 moment. Say what you want. The Eagles are 11-2. I'll take it, baby. I'll take it. Yeah, skies are clear. You got all these UFOs and stuff going on in Jersey and all these other places. Like, why does that happen in Jersey? It waits. All these things wait till I leave Jersey to happen. Couldn't happen when I was there. Have to wait till I leave. Yeah, I heard they were over Pine Barrens. I wonder if they see Paulie and Christopher in the woods. 16 Czechoslovakians. It was interior decorator. His house looked like shit. One of my favorite episode of all time of Sopranos. Tell me something. Is this the same car driving by? Like who is this guy? I know it's one of theirs, but like, drive. Look at the parking the car. Look at this parking drop. Can you imagine these people driving on the East Coast? Yeah, all of UFOs, they couldn't wait until McCoy. You have to do it when I'm not there. I want to see this shit. You know, I keep going out looking, saying, is this stuff going to happen here? I have seen nothing. I have seen nothing. It's been a long time. And definitely put a eagle in the eagle emoji if you're still here watching. This is really a long video tonight, but I'm just having fun chilling with you guys. So it's cool. I know I'm a cacarón, but what are you gonna do? I don't see nothing, you know. I did do the UFO invasion part 1 for my tinfoil Dingbat. I'm gonna be doing a part 2. You look for that. I'm gonna go in. I think I might have some eggnog tonight. I'm gonna rewatch the Eagles game. I'm gonna fast forward on my big screen. I'm gonna see and check it out. I want to just go back and watch those like, I want to go back to the last few games and just start watching their early offense. Just see what they do, and then I want to go back and I want to look at last year's offense, how they came out and things that they did. Because I really wonder if it's similar. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go because I want to smoke this motherfucker and go in. Love yous. Denzel Washington. Out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.